Hello student, welcome to my channel again. I am Anuradha Kashyap, your biology mentor. Today in this video I am going to share a topic that is male reproductive system, and the video will be completely in English. If you want to see my Hindi version of this video, this topic, then you can see in the description box there will be I will provide the link there of male reproductive system in Hindi. But in this video I am telling you everything about male reproductive system in English version, right? So first of all, what is male reproductive system? This topic belongs to human reproductive system of 12th class NCERT, and this is very useful for NEET student, for 12th CBSE board students, and also normal human who just want to know about their body. It is also important, very important actually for them again, right? So in this video, that is a male reproductive system, we will discuss about the different structures of the male, like what are the primary sex organ, what are the secondary sex organs, or we can say the accessory sex organs. So all those organs we will study in this video. So let's start. First of all, as you can see, that is the male reproductive system. Inside the male reproductive system, why males are males and female are females? So first thinking is that there is some hormonal changes, like female have different kind of hormones and the male have different kind of hormone. For example, male have testosterone and female have estrogen, or we can say progesterone, in high concentration, due to which female shows a difference with respect to male, correct? But in this video we will stick to the male reproductive system. In the male reproductive system, there are some primary sex organ and there are some secondary sex organ. Primary sex organ are those organ which are very important for the formation of sperm, or we can say for the spermatogenesis. Primary sex organ are very important because the sperm are the gametes of the male, which is important for the fertilization with the female gamete, that is the ova. So it becomes very important that the sperm production will be in a very good manner, and sperm production will always occur inside the testes, and that's why testes are the primary sex organ inside the male reproductive system. Clear? So testes is the site, or we can say exactly the seminiferous tubule inside the testes are the site where the sperms are going to produce, and this is also responsible for the hormone production. So here you can see I am highlighting all the things. Okay, give me 1 second. Correct. So primary sex organ, here you can see, give me 1 second students. Okay, sorry for inconvenience. So I am telling you that primary sex organ are the organ which is necessary for the formation of sperm and also for the hormone production. So here you can see primary sex organ in the male. Primary sex organ are the testes. Clear? Testes are the site where sperm will produce, and testes are the basically testes are the organ which is present outside the body of the male. In the male body, there is a hanging structure outside the abdominal cavity which is known as a scrotum, and scrotum is the area where testes will descend at the 7th month during the embryonic period of the male during the embryonic period of the male. So inside the male body, when his mother like we can say when his mother is during the 7th month of their pregnancy, at that moment what happened inside the male fetus, the testes will descend into the extra abdominal region, or we can say into the pelvic region. So into the pelvic region, male testes descend during the 7th month of the embryonic period, and they will descend into a bag like structure which is known as the scrotum, which is present extra abdominally. Clear? Why it happens, we will study about it. So primary sex organ are the testes inside the male, and there are some accessory reproductive structure which is necessary, or we can say not as much necessary as the testes are. These are the accessory reproductive structure which are responsible for the transport of sperm which is produced inside the testes, and we want that these sperms reach into the female vaginal tract during the ejaculation, or we can say during the penetration, during the copulation time via insemination. At that moment it becomes very important that there should be some duct system through which these sperm will travel from the male body and reach towards the female body, right? Reach towards the female vaginal tract. This is known as accessory reproductive structure, and it includes different kind of ducts, different kind of glands, and also the external genitalia. All these three things will be included into the accessory reproductive structure of male. So first of all, accessory reproductive system consists of ducts in which there is one tubuli recti, which are the straight tubes. Then there is a retitestis. Then there is vasa efferentia. Retitestis are multiple in numbers. Vasa efferentia number can be vary, that is from 10 to 12. And there is one epididymis which is present posterior to the testes. There is another duct which is known as vasa differentia. This duct is very important. This is a very long duct and it again goes into the abdominal region. We know that testes are present extra abdominally, but the vasa differentia is a duct which again goes into the abdomen and loop over the ureter and then meet with the urethra. So this is again very important. Then there is one another duct which is known as ejaculatory duct, and finally the urinogenital duct. I will tell you about the urinogenital duct. Clear? There are some accessory reproductive glands also which is very important for the secretion. Like during the copulation, what happens, male penetrate their external genitalia into the female body, and at the time of rubbing it becomes very important to prevent the friction, right? We don't want the friction at that moment, so that's why it becomes important to lubricate the penis, or we can say the external genitalia of the male. It becomes very important to lubricate it. So these glands help in the lubrication of that external genitalia. Also they provide nutrition to the sperm which is present inside the semen. Give me 1 second, that I will let you know that what is the semen, right? So there are 3 glands. One is a seminal vesicle which is present in pair. There is one single prostate gland. There is another Copper's gland, or we can say bulbourethral gland, which is again present in pair, right? There is another structure which is external genitalia, that is your penis, or we can say penis, right? Now what happens, as I told you, that testes are the primary sex organ which is present inside the abdominal region till the 7th month of embryonic development of male body, right? But after the 7th month of embryonic development, what happens, these testes will descend into the scrotal pouch via inguinal canal, and these testes will remain permanently inside the scrotum, or we can say permanently remain extra abdominally in region. So why it happens, actually our body temperature is 37 degree, but the formation of sperm, it becomes very important that the sperm that the temperature should be low. So our body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, but the requirement of the temperature for the spermatogenesis is approximately 34 degree Celsius or 34.5 degrees Celsius. So as the body temperature will be low, as the body temperature require in very like we can say 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lesser than the body temperature. So scrotum is that pouch which provide that kind of temperature, which maintain the temperature. That's why scrotum is also known as a thermoregulation part, or we can say the thermoregulation structure, where the regulation will occur of the temperature. How it can happen? Inside the scrotum there are 2 kind of muscles. These are cremaster muscles or the Dartos muscles. These muscles are the very important. When these muscles going to contract, then there is like different kind of condition, and when these relax, then there is different kind of condition, due to which testes temperature will maintain. This is known as thermoregulation. We are going to regulate the temperature, that is a thermoregulation. So basically this is very important inside the human male. But when we talk about another organism, for example, like there is a lion, there is a bull horse, in these organisms testes remain permanently in the scrotum as in men, right? As in the human male, the testes will always remain permanently inside the scrotal sac after the 7th month of embryonic development, as like same occur inside the lion, bull and horse. But when we talk about the bat rodentia, that is your mice, rat or insectivora, in these organisms testes descend into the scrotum during the breeding season. These organisms, when going to start mate with each other, only at that time their testes will descend into the extra abdominal region. Otherwise testes always remain inside the abdomen. But there are some other organisms also in which the testes will permanently remain inside the abdomen. There is no hanging structure, there is no scrotum in which testes will descend. These organisms are elephant, whale and seal. In these testes permanently remain inside the abdomen. So this was all about the testes position. Now the male reproductive system is present inside the pelvic region, that is the lower abdominal region, that is the exact location of the male reproductive system. And when we talk about the structure of the male reproductive system, then there is presence of pair of testes. Here you can see this is a pair of testes which is oval in shape. Its length is 4 to 5 centimeter. Its width is 2 to 3 centimeter, and its thickness is approximately 1 centimeter, right? And 10 to 20 gram is its 10 to 15 gram is its weight, is it's in average weight, right? Now these testes which is present in pair, they will remain inside the scrotal pouch. This is known as a scrotal pouch. Actually there are two scrotal sac, or we can say we can say two scrotal pouch, and these scrotal pouch again present inside a scrotal bag, which consists of like there is presence of hair over the scrotal bag, and there is a scrotal pouch inside the scrotal bag. These two scrotal sac looking like similar, or they looking like a single structure out from the outside, but they are actually two in number, right? In the scrotal sac there are presence of testes. Testes will attach with the scrotal wall with the help of a cushion pad-like structure which is known as gubernaculum. So what is this? A blue structure is known as gubernaculum. This is the structure by which testes will attach with the scrotal sac. It is a fibrous cord, and on the dorsal wall of the scrotum, it is essential for the attachment. Clear? Now this is a scrotum which is a pigmented structure, and it is a sac like which help in the thermoregulation. There have this have two kind of cells. One is Dartow's muscle and the second one is a cremaster muscle. Dartow's muscles are present in the scrotal wall, and this is a kind of smooth muscle. Smooth muscles are those muscles which are tapering from the ends, and they are involuntary in nature. Now what happens when Dartow's muscles contract during the winter? What happens? These Dartow's muscles contract, and due to which testes will move closer to the abdominal cavity to maintain the temperature, because outside is very cold and testes do not require that much of cold environment. That's why Dartow's muscles will contract and testes will elevate towards the abdominal cavity, and this will this occur during the winter. But when it relax during the summer season, and testes moves away to again maintain the temperature. Again, cremaster muscles are important for the elevation of testes. Now each testes will again give me 1 second. Each testes will again compartmentalization into small testicular lobule. There are 250 to 300 testicular lobules in a single testes, and there is a highly called seminiferous tubule structure is present. In every testicular lobule there can be one, there can be two, there can be three seminiferous tubule. There will be minimum one seminiferous tubule in a single testicular lobule, and it can reach up to three maximum seminiferous tubule in a single testicular lobule. There are 250 to 300 testicular lobule in a single testes, and each testicular lobule can consist of 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubule. Seminiferous tubule is a site which is responsible for the synthesis of sperm, or we can say spermatogenesis occur inside the seminiferous tubule. Clear? Now there are straight structure which is known as tubuli recti. These recti are very important for the transport of sperm, which is synthesis inside the seminiferous tubule. Now this tubuli recti open into another network of tubes which is known as rete testes. All are in series. First of all tubuli recti, then is rete testes. Now there is another structure which is known as vasa efferentia, which is 10 to 12 in number, and from the posterior surface there is a highly coiled structure which is known as epididymis, which consists of three parts: caput, corpus, coda. Caput is the head region of the epididymis, corpus is the middle region of the epididymis, and coda is the last portion, or we can say the tail portion of the epididymis. From the epididymis there is a origination of one structure, one duct which is known as vasa deferentia. Vasa deferentia start from extra abdominal region, but it can goes up to the abdominal region via the canal which is known as inguinal canal. There is a presence of a canal by which this vasa deferentia reach up to the abdominal region. Inside the abdomen there is a structure which is known as urinary bladder, which is responsible for the accumulation of urine, and urine are accumulate here via the ureter from kidney is a structure which is responsible for the urine formation, and urinary bladder is a structure which is responsible for the accumulation of urine. Now this urine will goes outside via a structure which is known as urethra. From the middle you can see there is a structure which is a long structure which is a long, okay, give me 1 second, which is a long structure, that is your urethra. Clear? Now this is the vasa differentia, which comes from extra abdominal region over to the abdominal region. But inside the abdominal region there is ureter which collect urine from kidney and pour into the urinary bladder. But now there is a problem for vasa differentia. Vasa differentia actually what route will it follow? It loop over the urinary bladder and then comes out. Again it loop over the urinary bladder. Vasa differentia loops over the urinary bladder and goes down. Clear? Now there is a portion of vasa differentia which is a swelling portion which is known as ampulla of vas deferens, and which is responsible for the permanent storage of sperm till ejaculation. Ejaculation is a process during which male release out their sperm during excitement. Clear? Now after the ampullary region, this vasa differentia will meet with a kind of gland which is known as a seminal gland, which is present in number 2, which is present in 2, right? So which is present in 2 number. Now seminal vesicle will secrete their secretion into the urethra via a common duct which is known as your ejaculatory duct, which is a very small duct. Ejaculatory duct is a common duct which is made up of seminal vesicle plus vas deferens, and it transports semen, and its length is approximately 2 cm, which is a very small duct, and it forms by the combination of vasa differentia plus seminal vesicle. Now this ejaculatory duct open into again urethra, and there is one gland which is known as a prostate gland, which is a chestnut shaped gland. It is a single gland. It covers, suppose this is your urethra, and it covers urethra from the dorsal, from the posterior side. That why it looks like 2, but actually in reality it is only 1 in number. Clear? Now this prostate also release their secretion into the urethra. Now this urethra have secretion of seminal vesicle. It also have sperm from the vas deferens, and also have secretion of prostate gland. Now again it goes down, and there is another gland which is known as Cooper's gland, or we can say bulbourethral gland. This gland releases their secretion for the lubrication of the penis during the intercourse. Now this urethra is a long structure and open outside via a opening which is known as urinogenital duct with aperture, or we can say urethral meatus. Urethral meatus is the opening through which urethra opens out. Now this urethra is covered by a spongy tissue, by a erectile tissue which is known as penis, and this penis is also called as external genitalia, also called as a copulatory organ. I am giving you a hint. Suppose this is your urethra from the middle. Okay, give me 1 second. This is your urethra from middle, and from the front portion it swells out. It extends like this. From the front portion it extends like this. Now this is penis. This is urethra actually. This is urethra. Okay, this color is not visible. This is urethra, and around, or sorry, we can say surround the urethra there is a spongy tissue which is known as corpora spongiosum or corpora cavernosa, which is a part of penis. Now this is your penis, external genitalia, and this urethra extend out in front, which is known as glans penis. Glans penis. And this is the opening. This is the opening of urethra, which is known as urethral meatus, which is known as urethral meatus. Clear? And there is also a foreskin structure, or we can say a very loose fold of skin which surround the glans penis. This is known as foreskin. It is a loose fold of skin which is retractable, completely retractable. It can goes front and back. That's why it is a foreskin. In some religion, it's okay. So this is basically a loose fold of skin which is known as foreskin. And now this is a urethral meatus. So I hope I told you everything about male reproductive system. Why we call it as a urinogenital duct? Because there is a common opening for the release out of urine as well as for the release out of sperm. When sperm, okay, consider it please. When sperm combine with secretion of all three glands, secretion of all three gland, which is also known as seminal plasma. Secretion of all three gland is known as seminal plasma. So sperm plus seminal plasma, is known as semen, which comes out through ejaculation and goes into the female vaginal tract during insemination. So I hope it is pretty clear to you. There is some difference between urethra of male and female. Male urethra is comparatively larger in size, and in male urethra it carries both urine as well as semen, or we can say sperm. But inside the female body it only carries urine. But inside the female body it only carries sperm. But inside the, okay, I'm extremely sorry. When we compare the urethra of male and female, so male urethra is comparatively larger in size, but the female urethra is smaller in size. Male urethra is a part where urine and semen both can ejaculate from the same opening. But inside the female body, urethral opening, or we can say the release out of urine opening is different, and the vaginal opening is different. Inside for the male urethra, it is 8 inch or 20 centimeter long in male. So as it is larger in size, so there is less urinary tract infection, but inside the female there are more chances of urinary tract infection. And inside the male there are we can say urethra is divided into three portions. One is prostatic urethra, second is membranous urethra, and the third one is a penile urethra, which lies inside the corpus spongiosum. Corpus spongiosum is a part of penis, or we can say penis is made up of corpora spongiosum or corpora cavernosa, right? So I hope this is completely clear to you. And if you want more videos on some topic in English only, then please let me know in the comment section. Thank you.